All right, all right. Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing? Let me know in the chat box if you can hear me loud and clear, if the stream is working perfectly fine, so we can start our very first morning session of the week after, a little break of 2 weeks. Like you guys know, I was a little ill, so I made sure to give myself enough rest. So I'm fully back right now to do the morning sessions, go over the charts together, find some price traps all together. All right. Also, let me know where you guys are tuning in from. It's always fun to see the different countries, the different cities tuning into the session. So let me know where you're tuning in from. Clear, good morning, welcome back. Thank you very much. You also, welcome back. Copenhagen in the building, Ekere City, let's go. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all having a great week so far. But good, let's first start with the Forex Factory. Let's go over what we have today for news, because it's a pretty big news day, or not a big news day. We do have a lot of news events. I don't expect the biggest movements, the biggest reactions, but of course, like you guys know, if we have like these red flag events, just know that they are there. Be aware of it, and always make sure to just follow up on your risk management part, so you don't get surprises and don't lose more money than you want. All right, Holland in the building. Good morning. Good morning. What I also wanted to cover, which is a pretty important one, is the CPI on the AUD pairs. This is at 3:30 next night. So just be aware, if you're running AUD pairs before you go to sleep, that there's a massive news event. All right, so that stop profits are in place. And like I said before, that you are not risking more money than you should be. All right, so good. That's for the Forex Factory. Let's go over the charts together. Let's see if we have some price traps for today. If there is something interesting happening in the charts for today, yes or no. All right, let me know in the chat if you already have some price traps, if you went through the charts, and if you're like, yeah, I do have some different pairs that I'm very interested in. Let me know in the chat. It's always fun to work together and to see you guys also finding the price traps in the charts. All right, and while you guys are sending this out into the chat box, I want to go over what we are exactly doing here. All right, so first of all, for the people who have never seen these charts before, for the people who are for the very first time coming on the session and don't really know what we're doing here, well, it's pretty simple. All right, if we are looking at foreign exchange markets, forex market, crypto markets, stock markets, indices, commodities, and all this kind of stuff, you will see that these markets always tend to move in three type of waves. All right, or three type of moves. All right, we can go up, we can go sideways, and we can go down. All right, and if we are looking at these three types of moves, we see that the market always moves in waves. All right, so it's not in just one direction to the upside. No, we will always see the market creating waves inside that movement to the upside. Same thing for the downside. Of course, you will always see the market creating waves into the downside movement. All right, same thing for the sideways movement, but then of course we are creating these equal highs and lows, which shows us that the market is in a consolidation phase and that we are just moving sideways. All right, if we see to the uptrend, we see we are creating higher highs and higher lows, which indicates that the market is moving up. Same thing for the downside. Of course, we are creating lower lows and lower highs to indicate that the market is going to the downside. Okay, so that's basically how the markets are working. And now what are we doing? Well, pretty simple. We simply want to find these highs and lows and wait for the market to break out of it. So let's just take this example. We have this downtrending movement here on 80 Canadian, and like you can see, market is creating lows, lower highs, breaks just below the previous low, creates another lower high, breaks below it, lower high, breaks below it, lower high. All right, so like you can see, downside movement, but we are reacting in waves. And what we want to do is we simply want to find ourselves these highs and lows, trap the market in between it, and wait for that breakout and retest. All right, So same thing here, market breaks out, comes back to the retest, and you get yourself opportunities to follow up on that downtrending movement. And that's basically what we are doing here, all right? We find highs, we find lows, we trap the market in between them, we wait till the high or the low gets broken, and then we can find ourselves some opportunities for yourself to trade them, all right? My two ideas from yesterday, I will check. 80 Canadian, are you trading when you are ill? The first week I didn't. The second week I was already a little better. I wasn't just good enough to come back on the sessions. My voice wasn't what it has to be. I was a little, yeah, you know. So yeah, second week I was trading, but the first week I didn't do anything. All right. Let me check. You had two ideas. Yes, I will check that in a moment. All right, beautiful 80 USD idea. 1 on 3 risk to reward, I think, or 1 on 2, not sure, but amazing. Great, great idea. Next one, let me check. Euro USD, there you go. Breaking, retesting, and now running in profit. So that's a good one also. Enjoy the profits, enjoy the price traps. It's amazing to see you guys really killing these charts, even when I'm not there, all right? Yeah, NZD Canadian, this was also a pair I was looking for. You can indeed use FIPS as extra confirmations to find yourself a zone where you can react with confidence and find yourself some price action points and that kind of stuff. But like you can see here, the market isn't ready yet, all right? There is a very high probability market will just push a little lower here and then starts moving up, okay? So this is the one you were looking for. Very easy and clean structure. We have the high and we have the low right over here. So this is exactly what I was talking about in the beginning of the session. The highs, the lows, breakout, retest. Now, there's one thing, okay? When we are trapping and when we are using this strategy, I always make sure that I prefer the trending direction, okay? Some people I know, some students of me I know, they only react on ideas that are following the trend, okay? This is 100% your own decision. I give you guys multiple options to find yourself opportunities in the charts. How you want to use it or which rules you want to use is 100% your own decision, okay? But like you can see here, so what have we seen? NZD Canadian was downtrending for a long time. So the trending direction that we prefer to follow is, of course, to the downside. But because the market created some good structure, we can use that resistance zone to find ourselves a counter trend idea. So if we now look at this chart, there is a very high probability that the market will just go a little higher here, fill up some imbalances, get back to supply zones to create that lower high in that downtrending structure, okay? So this is a target that we can use to see this retest go to, okay? So this is still possible. I know you took a stop loss on this one here at this first retest. That's possible, all right? That the first real price action and the first real confirmations doesn't really do something, but that's no problem. As long as we keep respecting structure, so as long as we keep respecting this low, we can still expect the market to go higher. It's only when we start breaking these lows that we know that we are following up on that downtrending structure, and then we can look for the breakout retest to the downside. All right, that's the beauty of price trap. We are not stuck in just one direction. We can simply watch both. If we break to the upside, we can look for upside movements. If we break to the downside, we can look for downside movements. Just as simple as that. All right, so good. That's NZD Canadian. For me personally, I would love to see the market get below these lows, just maybe even just a spike, and then start moving up again. All right, so let's see if we can really follow up on that, if the market will do that, yes or no. Okay, 80 USD. Looking for the breakout retest to the upside, probably. Another counter trend idea. This is good, of course. So before I go further, let me show you. So if market dips below this and you can find yourself an entry around this zone, we have still 50 pips room, all right? This is something you want to check. because if you're using, like, for example, a 20 pip stop, you know, 1 on 3 risk to reward is 60 pips, all right? Or if you're using a 15 pip stop, you know your 1 on 3 risk to reward is 45 pips. And you see that we have room for that 45 pips, all right? And that's also the first thing I was checking when we see AUD/USD. We have that, excuse me, we have that downtrending movement, all right? So if the market gives us a retest, we want to see if we have room enough, all right? And like you can see, until this supply zone, we do have 40 pips, which is pretty good. If we go to the next one, we do have 92 pips. So we do have some potential here with AUD/USD, all right? So let's see. If something will happen, I will only use resistance zones here. So this is 100% focused on the counter trend direction here. The reason why I'm only using a resistance zone is because the support zone for me isn't that clear. All right, you can play a little bit with this, maybe this one or this one, and just because of that reason, because I'm doubting a little bit, I'm simply going to keep it with the resistance zone. Okay. Any more price traps? Let me know in the chat box if you have any more price traps. Of course, AUD Canadian is looking pretty good. I do like this chart. This is pretty obvious that this is the last low, so we are using that. There we go. Don't hesitate also if you have any questions, always here to help you guys as good as possible. There we go. Euro JPY. I will check that in a moment. Euro JPY. Yes, sir. Very easy structure, very obvious structure also. Let's see how far we can get today with breaking or retesting. Probably we will see some breakouts with all the news happening. There we go. There we go. That's Euro JPY. So we have AUD Canadian already and Euro JPY. IDGPY, I don't really like this chart, so I'm gonna leave it. AD NZD, yeah. This is pretty clean structure, right? We have this high. This is the last low. We broke out of that high. Euro NZD, I'm gonna check that in a moment. Retest. And then of course the breakout. I'm always making use of alerts for the people who have never been on my sessions before. Like you can see, I'm always using alerts to find or to get a notification if the market is doing something, if we have a breakout, if we have a retest. Yeah, basically for every move the market does, I make sure I have an alert ready. Euro Canadian. We have so much potential of a massive retracement. We are also reacting pretty strong on some demand levels. I'm gonna go further to other pairs because I'm not convinced. Euro NZD, let me check how you trapped it. I personally, if I'm looking at the chart, yeah, you have a breakout. You could see this as the breakout to the downside, but doubting a little bit about it. Yeah, you took that structure, exactly what I was looking for. So this low. Now, if we are following up that uptrending structure, we see we have a low, higher low, higher low, and now we broke the last point of structure, the last higher low. So yeah, there is a high probability we will follow up on this. I'm gonna trap it. I'm gonna keep it, just even if it's just as educational purpose only. You can always learn from these kind of things. There we go. Euro 80 from yesterday. I will check that. Break resistance. Voila. Euro USD still in the same structure like yesterday. Let me first check that Euro AD you sent here. There you go. Another profitable trade. Congratulations. Let me check. Yeah, probably this breakout retest here or this one here. Easy structure. All right. With Euro USD, I already trapped it yesterday also. It's a big trap, all right? It's a very, very big trap. But this is for me the last point of structure, okay? Market created a higher high, followed by a higher low, okay? Now market has to decide, do we break to the upside, start filling up imbalances from previous news events, or do we just follow up on this downtrending movement, okay? That's the big question with Euro USD. Of course, like you guys know, we do have a lot of euro and a lot of pound news. So always be careful, be aware of it. Make sure to follow up on your risk management. Never risk more than you should. And like you guys know, I'm always here, or I'm not here to give you any financial advice. I'm just here to give you educational sessions on how to find some price traps in the charts, how you can find some opportunities in the charts by yourself. There we go. GU was a beautiful trade last week. Breakout, retest, boom, easy. But at this point, I'm leaving it alone. For me personally, yes. I'm gonna trade, of course. But if you don't feel comfortable with news events like this, or with a busy news day like today, then just stay away. All right. Already having the feeling that you don't like the news, and already being like uncomfortable and doubts and that kind of stuff, it will trigger poor decisions. Let me say it like that. All right. Been there, done that. Trying to force myself into ideas, into the market. Never force yourself into the markets. Always make sure everything is in place, rules are in place, risk is in place. I do like this structure here on GA. GCAT, almost exactly the same thing. There we go. Alrighty, alrighty. GJ don't like it. GN, yeah, probably same like GCAT, almost exactly the same. Or what was it, GA? No, GCAT. Yes, yes. Easy. Very easy and clean structure. You can't have it more obvious than this. There we go. NZD-JPY. Nope, gonna leave the chart. NZD-USD. It's looking interesting, but let me first see where we can get this. Also, what a beautiful price trap. Low, high, breakout, retest, breakout, retest, breakout, retest. It happens again and again and again. You could go for this one also, this support zone, this breakout retest of that support here. For USD Canadian, well, let's just put it on there and see how it will react. And that will be it for today, I think. Did I miss something? Someone who has other pairs? I almost trapped everything, so we have more than enough. What's this? Okay, TradingView did an update, and it's not good. Good. Why don't you use the small trap below on USD Canadian? Let me check. Man, this is not good. You mean this one here? This is not a trap for me, all right? You can't get a high out of this. This is only a low, all right? That's the only confirmation I get that this is a low for me, all right? Always make sure to really find yourself the most important structure points. So, for example, if we just take a look at this downtrending movement, we see that this was a low, this was a low. This is obvious, all right? We have a high, higher low, equal high. Oh, low is confirmed. Now we break through that, we create a lower high, we break through again, we create a lower high. You see these point of structures are very obvious, but here we only have the low. Okay, you could say like, okay, I'm gonna use that support zone, wait for the breakout retest to the downside, but I'm personally more interested into the retest of that broken support zone. All right, I hope that makes sense. What do you think about this trap? Let me check. Yeah, I'm personally gonna leave it. I'm gonna personally gonna leave it alone. Also, we have enough price traps for today, so I don't want to force too much. Also, but I just don't like the structure. Don't like where the market is at this point. Same thing with NZD/USD. I was doubting a little bit, but I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna just keep it like it is right now. Okay. So let me go over one more time. We have AUD Canadian. We have Euro JPY. Yes, I will cover crypto in the end, like always. Okay. We have AUD NZD. We already broke out on this one, so I need an orange flag, of course. Euro USD GA GCAT GN. Then we have the blue flags where we are already retesting. So NZD Canadian, like I said, I want to see just a dip below these lows here, and then maybe follow up that uptrending movement. Otherwise, if we do not respect this, we still have the downside movement. Canadian JPY, this one doesn't belong here, I think. Nope. AUD USD, we are already retesting on this one also. We have a beautiful demand zone sitting right over here, so that would be very interesting to see the market get back to that point. Euro NZD already retesting also, and then we have the last two USD Canadian waiting for the retest, and of course AUD NZD like I already showed you. So these are the different price traps for today. Let's now go over the crypto charts, because I've been away for 2 weeks and we have seen some things happening. Especially the 20th of April, we had the halving. All right, the Bitcoin halving is here. It happened. Like you can see in the charts, it's not like we have seen a big movement like I expected. All right, the halving in the short term, we don't have big movements on that or big reactions on that. We will only see it, the effect of the halving, we will only see it in the long run. All right, that's always like that. Okay, like immediately afterwards, just check it in the past, you will see it. Every single halving, it's not that the market started to shoot like crazy the same day. Of course not. All right, market will have to take his time. Enjoy the cold plunge, bro. Nothing for me. No, but if we look at the Bitcoin chart right now, we are in a range, we are consolidating, we are still in between that same zone. I think even this was before I was sick. All right, so we are already running this zone for a long time, and the halving will have an effect in the long run, but it won't have any effect in the short run. All right, there were people staying awake at night to see the halving happening. Maybe it's just fun to see the countdown and going to zero or something, but more than that, nothing will really happen. All right, we have seen the market like reacting pretty bullish on it now for the first couple of days, but that was also focused on the end of the week with that weekly close. All right, that's where it all starts, the weekly time frame. Do remember yourself that we do have around 52 area, a beautiful demand level with a very small weekly candle, so there's a very high potential or high probability we will get back to that point. But I was first focused on this weekly time frame because I want to see the weekly time frame getting below these wicks and showing us a massive bearish candle to confirm the breakout and confirm the correction. And this didn't happen on the weekly time frame. Now let me show you what I'm looking for on the daily. The daily, we do have, just follow up the structure: high, low, equal high, higher low, lower low. All right, so we broke the previous low. So in my opinion, this could be a first sign of a retracement. Okay, we do have this supply zone over here, so I'm very interested if the market gets back there, if we will respect this or just break through that. Okay, because we do have multiple options right now. So this is my daily time frame view. We can or react here at this zone, get back to that little weekly candle that I just showed you, or we can just push through it. All right, massively pushing through it, and then you will see that the market will start creating that uptrending movement again, like highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. Okay, so that's option number one, or these are the two options I'm looking for. If we go lower into time frame, you see that we are really like creating that downtrending structure. Like here, the breakout of these lows is even more obvious, and we do have some very interesting zones still in play. So this is the first one here, just a little bit imbalanced supply zone. Market is reacting on it right now. I'm not gonna say this will be the reaction that the market will push to the downside. We shall see. All right. But we can now start moving from this point to the downside and respect the downtrending structure. We can catch higher supply levels and respect the downtrending structure and start retracing deeper into the demand levels right over here. Or we can simply break that, like I showed you, and start creating that uptrending movement again. All right. It isn't that weird, or it isn't the first time that we could see a retracement after the halving. We have seen that happen a couple of times already. So there is a possibility we will see these retracements happening. I'm not saying this is a 100% theory or something like that. Absolutely not. We will just have to follow the structure. I'm a person who is always following technical analysis. So market structure, highs, lows, fit levels, demand, supply, and that kind of stuff. The fundamental side is not really my thing. Which can have impacts, but mostly of the time you will see that the market will just beautifully react on market structure, and that you can find yourself some opportunities in these charts by just watching the market structure. Okay, so that's a little bit my vision on Bitcoin. If you're now, I know the question, and I had the question already, Do you think the halving is bullish or bearish for Bitcoin? If you are asking that question, you should educate yourself about cryptocurrencies, because then your knowledge is way too low. All right. So this is just simple basic crypto knowledge. A halving in a crypto cycle is massively important. Is it bullish or bearish? I'm gonna leave that for you. You can maybe start doing some research on what the halving exactly means. But if you're asking that question, you should start educating yourself. All right. So good. I'm gonna keep that, or I'm gonna end the session with this. We do have some interesting price traps. We have 11 price traps in total. Like I always say, don't overtrade. Make sure to always follow up on your risk management plan, especially on days like this if we have above 10 price traps. Okay, so thank you all for being here. I wish you a beautiful, beautiful day, and we see each other back tomorrow morning, of course, 8:30 a.m. for a brand new price trap session where we will go over the price traps that we have from today, review them, and of course make some new price traps and go over the crypto charts like always. All right, so thank you all, and I wish you the best. Ciao, ciao.